Right, so we're gonna click on free game today, and we shall see what kind of world we want to play in.
Aye, 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 aye.
Oh, is it VFAT today? Give me them trucks. Blimey.
Welcome to the Nut House.
The new Train Sim World DLC is 10% off pre-order. Dovetails do love us, don't they? Yeah. Oh yeah. Bodder. I don't understand how you do so good at this game. I wouldn't say I do. Every time I try, I just completely suck at it. I've only got 15 hours to be fair. Well, that might have something to do with it, Bodder. Scouts52, thank you for 29 months. Blinky Bombs, welcome back. Risk 4 Ace, thank you for 14. Enjoyed a wonderful community to turn to in the need and amazing streaks as well. I thought it said steaks then for some reason. Amazing steaks. Yeah, I like this generator now. So you can basically decide, excuse me, you basically decide what size map you want, small, medium, large, or very large. Then you decide the kind of ratio of it. Do you want it 1-to-1? Do you want it 1-to-2 or 1-to-3? It's like a horizontal to vertical ratio. So if you go like 1-to-1, it generates it like that. And if you go 1-to-3, it generates it. It's the shape of it, really. And then you say how many kind of towns you want. The number of towns and the number of industries that you want. So you kind of choose how many you want. But you can also play with these numbers over here. So you can decide on the biome if you like. And then you can adjust, you know, a bit like Factorio if you've ever played that. You can adjust the hilliness, the water, the forest, that kind of thing. So you kind of configure it. I mean, it will generate what it wants to put where. You can't control that, but you can control size and shape and how many of things. I quite fancy a tropical for some reason, even though I know it's going to be full of islands. Actually, that's not bad, is it? That looks quite interesting. It's going to be fairly challenging. I want to go for a big map because I'd like to get to aviation stuff. And of course, aviation works best over long distance, so I'd like to have the option of long distance flights for the lols. NM Tech, welcome back. Double top 40 months. Med USA, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome to the Nut House. Smithy with 27. Thank you for 27, Smithy. So yeah, I might go with that. Medium towns. If you played with that, if you put that on high, let's see what it does.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Oh, you think Med USA is Medusa?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
You're probably right. It's probably Medusa. I don't know why I read that as Med USA. Medusa 2019 is probably correct. So yeah, you've also got the seed as well. So you can, you know, adjust that and presumably you can copy paste it and give people the seed that you used. It's 4Gamer. Thank you for 59 months. You was Panophobia. Ah. Yeah, Firefighter. I played the very, very original Civilization, and my life was I addicted to that game. Civ 1 was just a game changer, and then Civ 2 came out, and it was just, what is going on? There were some games that just completely captivated me, and Civ 1 and 2 were definitely in that category. I think Civ 3 was a bit meh, and then Civ 4 kind of came back. I kind of don't play them anymore, Civ games. The original Civ game, when it came out, it came with a poster. And I'll never forget unboxing it and taking the, I can't remember if it was a DVD, I think it was a CD or DVD. Taking it out, and then there was this leaflet, which I started to open up, and it was the tech tree. And it was like a printed tech tree that must have been, I don't know, 1.5, 2 meters wide. It was huge. I remember looking at the tech tree just going, what? Phalanxes? Like cannons? And then all the way to the right, nuclear warheads? Like what? Like there was no other game that had ever done anything like that. You can go all the way from here to here in this game. Are you kidding me? I have played Civ 5, yeah. Colonization. Not much, no. Okay, Fire Ramp.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Mikkel, thank you for 44 months. Right. That looks very hilly around here. That certainly looks like a challenge, but it also looks like we could potentially have some boat routes going on, so I think this will be difficult, but we'll give it a go. Now we've got to decide Europe or American vehicles or Asia. I might go Asia because it kind of looks like an Indonesian type kind of setting. What year do you want to start? Should we start around 1890 maybe? Put it on medium. What do you reckon? All the way back from the 1800s? Jeez, how far back do you want to go, bro? You want people carrying around sacks?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Well, I'll pick Asian because I like the look of the super fast trains as well, but yeah, I think it just fits the setting of the tropical biome. Yeah, I don't think we can do cavemen.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
You love starting out with horse-drawn buggies in TF1. Getting electric trains feels like huge progress. Yeah, but it probably can't really do it in a day, can we? Probably take us Asian 1800, EU 1800, USA 1800. I'm not sure what you mean, Neil Caffrey.
Aye.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Are Asian horses and carts different from European? Maybe. I don't know. Alright, well, let's start at the beginning then. 1850. There you go. This is going to be tricky. Mad Mick, good afternoon. We're heading to a... We're heading for a what? A boomer wage. Bumper wage, I presume, this month due to an error in wages department. Whoa. 450 hours paid as day-night rather than night rate. Planning to use the money as a deposit on a new car. Dude, surely they're going to ask for that back. What? You can't go spending that until you are absolutely sure they're not going to just deduct that next month. I would be really cautious. Vakanov, thank you for 5 months. SND, thank you for 19. Right, 1850, medium difficulty, Asia, tropical islands, super large map. Let's go.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Yeah, that's what I said, Joseph. That's exactly what I said, mate. And they were all like, no, go 1800. It's going to be a struggle, I'm telling you now. Zugoku, welcome back. I would have started at 1890 just to get some speedy movement going. We're going to have to be a bit frugal at the beginning. Paid at the day rate, but should have been night and it's official. I would get the money that's owed to me. Yeah, but are they going to ask for it back or deduct it? Blackbird, thank you for 5 years. Happy anniversary. New Acorn. And Mr. Hoppo, welcome back. You thought this place wasn't a democracy? It's not. It's a selective democracy. It's you think it's democratic until I overrule, and then it becomes El Presidente kind of democracy. In other words, you get to choose, and I get to decide whether to let you choose. Alrighty then. Provide the world with transport infrastructure. And make a 5 million? Wow, that's nothing. Make a fortune with company custom-made transport services. Watch your trains run on rails, your buses and trucks, blah, blah, blah. Carry people to work and play. Deliver raw materials. If you need help, click the question mark button. Let's have a look at this map. Oh, dude, you're not going to give me, like, all the tips, are you? Wow, this is actually quite a big map, isn't it? It's so big, it goes into the fog in the distance. Look at that. The earlier you start, the less money you have. Yikes. Let's think. I guess the thing to do is figure out somewhere we can deliver some goods to. Goods and machinery. Yeah, that's no good because the problem with that is that requires multiple... Like the cargo that requires like multi-stage construction, whereas this, food and construction material, that's a much easier proposition. Steel, food processing plant. Real city names. Krasnoyarsk. Oh, the graphics are lovely. Like, if you just get down into the... I mean, look at the detail on that. It's just beautiful. It's exquisite graphics. 2 months has passed. No, it's not. And that's going to be bringing grain to make food. They want food. If we can find some grain, we've potentially got a winner. Okay, grain. How about this then? There's grain here, there's a farm there, and there's already a road network. So we can take the grain into here, and then take the food into here. Also, they want fuel, and there happens to be a fuel refinery outside. Now they can take crude oil. Where do we get the crude oil from? Dude, stop it. The music is annoying. How's that then? The problem with the game is I have to mute the music because I'm pretty certain it's probably copyrighted.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
1 second. Yeah, we've got the food run we can do. I'm just trying to work out if we can get any crude oil from somewhere. There's some.
Welcome
There's some as
back,
well.
Nutter.
That's definitely going to be a train. So we could train the crude oil in at some point. Not that we can afford it yet, but then later refine it. Coal mine. Coal can go to here. So there's coal, iron ore, and steel. And they want steel. So that's another potential right here. Another potential money maker. Sell steel into here. Wood. Oh, there's actually a crude oil there as well, look. Oh, that's a refinery. Yeah, that's no good. That's never going to get used. No, that's what I'm saying. We can't do the train yet because there's no train. No, what we'll have to do is we'll have to do this first. We could think about bus routes and stuff as well. But almost certainly we're going to have to start with this. Okay. Let's save it now.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Let's see what we've got. Oh, that's annoying. That's super annoying. The road goes all the way around. I wonder if we can join that road up here. man. It's going to cost a fortune just to get the road over there. Otherwise, I have to drive all the way around. What kind of planning departments would allow you to build that? Well, the problem is the difference in price is not exactly huge, is it? Like, for a small street, it's 54. It's 55 for a country road. So, it's just not worth it. You may as well build that now and benefit from the speed later. That ain't bad. What, on a tropical beach? That's not bad. Are you serious? No, we can't place it against the farm. It won't let us. See, if we bring a road in here, I don't think... Actually, if you look, it actually joined it there. It actually had a connector, so it is possible. Yeah, there you go. As long as you see those little connectors, it'll join in. So we'll put that here like that. Perfect. That's cheaper. That's definitely cheaper. Right, now we need a road depot. So I might as well stick that. Should we have the road depot out here somewhere? And then we're going to need a truck station. Build that back there.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
And then this is going to produce food, which is going to go straight into the town. So we need to figure out where we're going to drop the food off. That's going to be here. In this blue stuff that has the little food symbol on it. So what we can do is we can put one of these truck unload stops down. If you look at that, that's going to catch pretty much all of it. The only issue is how the vehicles turn around, because if they come down here and say stop there like that, how do they turn around again? They kind of have to go here to do a U-turn, which is a bit annoying. So we could just build a loop road. Looks an awful lot like City Skylines, does it? It's funny how people's natural reaction when they see a game is to compare it to another one. I see that all the time. There we go. Now we won't bother upgrading that road yet, because I doubt the vehicles can benefit from it. Okay, so we're going to need 2 lines. So we'll go to line manager, create a new line. This is going to be a road line, and this is going to be grain. Let's call it grain for now. Actually, what's the town called? Shanghai. We'll call it Shanghai grain, just in case we have another one later. I'll actually call it grain Shanghai. No, we won't. Shanghai grain. Like that. And that's going to go from here to here. So that's going to go into terminus 1, right? That will become important in a second. So we'll have a new line, and we're going to go. This is going to be via road. Can't type. Shanghai food. That's going to go from here to the drop there. So notice that's going from number 2. So if you actually look at it, you can see that they operate out of different terminals, so they don't get in each other's way. If you want to operate another line out of here, what we could do is we could modify this and add another cargo platform. We can even extend the length of these platforms if we need to have more vehicles loading. But that should do it for now. All we've got to do is get some vehicles going. It does look like Crisis, I agree. Right, we have got in the cargo The Asian horse-drawn carriage with a capacity of 4 and a top speed of 18 kilometers per hour. Oof. Fantastic. So I reckon we can probably buy 150 grand's worth. Let's start small. Speedy. Oh yeah, it's speedy, all right. So I'll buy half a dozen of them, select all, and then choose the line. We're going to pick up the grain line first. And then we'll unpause it. And they should start coming out of here. And if we click on that one, we can go first person. Look how quick this is. Hey. It's just like Red Dead Redemption 2 horses, really, isn't it? In terms of the quality. Ben198, thank you for a year, Ben. We've been waiting for transport feed for ages, Giddy. Noise. So yeah, that's going to take a while. Yeah, you've got WASD as camera. You can also put the mouse to the edge of the screen if you want to do it that way. You've got Q and E will do that, or you can hold down the mouse wheel and do that. You can hold on the mouse wheel and tilt as well. And the mouse wheel also zooms. So the usual. Stinger, thank you for 39 months. It does look nice, mate. Little Mixer, thank you for 66. Not going to lie, but I thought I'd never get to where I am right now with 66 months of resubs in the bag. Love every moment of your entertainment. Oh, thank you very much, Little Mixer. That's a big number. Carl Cool, 3 years. Took years to get it. Feels like one of the streamers, one of the friends I've never met. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Cole. JT Airbus, thank you for 29. Paragon with 7. 3.5 years from Oh Excuse Me. I'm speechless, although you're the only streamer I've kept in intact sub-street with. Wow. That's an honor. Yeah, so if you notice, there's already loads of stuff building up. So this is one of the big differences I noticed with TF2 to TF1, is the way industry establishes itself is a lot better in TF2. So there's goods there already. So what we'll do is, it won't be long before stuff gets going here. What we want is zero storage. Non-zero storage. We never want this to run out of stuff. But the reality is, the speed of these things, it's they only bring 4 at a time. We're going to need a lot of these to make it pay. So anyway, they're going to bring the stuff in a minute. It's not worth sticking vehicles on the line yet. It's just going to have more upkeep. I mean, they're just about arriving, and it's like June already. That's a lot of grain right there. Transport Fever 2 comes out next week, I believe. Jamie Bailey, 34 months. Bob Monkhouse with 30. Okay. So they've still got 40 odd left. Some cargo items are lost because the station is overloaded. In other words, there's not enough platform capability for what it's throwing out. So what you could do, I mean, we don't have much money, but I can show you. If you click on configure and then go to cargo, everywhere you see a blue dot, you can basically expand. So you could make that platform longer so it can hold more stuff. But I don't think it's going to matter too much in our case. So what we need to do is build more of these. Like, there's various ways of doing this, but what you can do is you can click on one of them, click on configure vehicle, and then you can click the clone selected vehicle. Like that. So we've now got 12 vehicles on that line. So it duplicates the exact consist and line that they're on. So it's like a super fast way of just adding more. I don't think you can change seasons, not that I know of. I've never seen the seasons evolve at all. Anyway, we'll speed the game up now. And we'll think about adding some trains onto this thing. It's still a vehicle. A horse and cart is still a vehicle. Okay, so we want buy vehicle. Probably going to want to have a bunch of these as well. Select all, and then we want the food run. Now, let me just pause it. So one of the things, that we can do, because we know it's a very, very long way for a horse and cart to go there. So what we might want to do is make sure they have a full load before they leave. So if we click on the line manager and then say, well, Shanghai food, which is this one, when it gets to Shanghai South, the loading is going to be this one, full load. So it won't leave until it has a full load. And the same with Shanghai grain. Like when it gets to its source point, wait for a full load. Because it's not worth setting out unless you got a full load. And Mr. Stinger, another super nutter who's dropped 10 subs on the chat. Thank you very much, Stinger. That's very kind of you. 4 new subs and 6 resubs. And if you just got one, please give Stinger a thank you. So yeah, they're going to wait now until this thing actually spits stuff out. However, we've got a bit of a problem. And this is a slightly annoying aspect of the game. Basically, these guys, like some of them have got, well, they've not got anything, but some of them will have grain. There's one. So that grain needs to come in and go to that platform. But he can't get in because there's a big road jam waiting to come into here. And that's because I think that road is a 2-lane road. If it was a 4-lane road, which we can't upgrade, then you'd have 2 in and 2 out. But it's not. Max waiting time is 3 minutes per platform. It's whatever you set it to be. But that's just happened because we've told the food trucks to wait here. So you've now got a massive queue waiting here. And there's, you know, the solutions would be build another cargo terminal, just have a separate one, and then make this road thicker so that traffic can bypass it, or just bring it in a different way. But these are some of the problems you end up facing. Yeah, I mean, we'll set it back, but for now I just need to get things moving. But yeah, you can change the maximum wait time if you want. This will go on SquirrelPlus. Control-Alt-Delete. Good morning to you, sir. So this guy here who's got food, this guy here's got a bit of food, this guy here's got nothing. Modify the truck stop. We're going to have to. Grey Wiz, thank you for 2 months. Yeah, we're already down a serious amount of money. 79.
Welcome back,
Well, it's gone SquirrelPlus, yes. The stream's gone SquirrelPlus. Looks like we do have trains. I wonder how much they cost. Okay, see if we can figure out another line. We need to pick low-hanging fruit initially so we can start to just make some money. I mean, we could start a passenger run between those two, but it is a long way. Have they got the petrol engine so soon? 2-stroke petrol engine, 1851. Right. So, let's see. They want... That's good. That's no good for us. Not really. I'd love to get the fuel in here. That'd be so good if we can get fuel to work. But to get fuel to work does mean bringing in oil from here. That would have to be a train.
welcome back.
But it could be quite a lucrative run. Because what we can do is if we build it right, we can have a train line coming out of here. And then it would obviously go through that way. But the line could be used for a passenger run between these two. So it could stop here initially, just bringing in crude oil here. And then trucks could take the crude oil to here, and then trucks take the fuel into here. But then later on, we can repurpose that line, have a branch coming off to here, and an extension going to here. And then put a passenger train on it. Has Mrs. Squirrel... No, she's not done any mince pies yet.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
These guys want food as well. But they want construction materials and food, I think. But yeah, the question is... Let's try and turn a profit here first. The question is how much is it going to cost to put a train line up? Can you make tunnels and bridges? Oh, yeah. Just like you could in TF1. So, yeah, you can basically... There's a $1.1 million tunnel right there. And there's a bridge if we wanted it. So it depends what you want to do with it. You can change the arc of it quite easily. A link to you doing FS Economy and Explain. On YouTube, I think, probably. Do you have the technology to make a tunnel like that so quickly at this year? 1850s? Oh, yeah. It's got loads of stuff. Right, if you look at our earnings, they're starting to turn slightly more positive. In fact, if we look at the...
Welcome back, Natter.
Yeah, we're starting to ship a lot more. We could ship more, I think. We could put more vehicles on this line. It's quite a continuous flow, but I think that could cope with some more, I think. It's up here we might have a bit of a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about this. Let's see what we can do. Configure street access. If we can bring more different street access in, it might help.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Can we have a one-way system coming this way? Let's try that for the lols. I don't know what that's going to do. I've not tried it yet. I am curious. Oh, look at that. So one line's going to go in this way. And the other line's going to come in the other way because it's nearer that way. That's interesting. Do you know, if I got rid of that, there'd actually be... We get rid of that exit. Oh, what? Why did... They're not going out that way because it's... Because this is a shorter route, but they're still... It's less contested than it was. I should still fix things, I think. Yeah, they're taking the shortest path, annoyingly. I wish I could sort of tell them go that way. You might have to waypoint it. But I think that will help. I like the one-way systems. You've finished for Christmas now, Wackaday. You and Whiteland, mate. Okay, so that we're nowhere near the production capacity. We need to get these numbers into this kind of, this area here before they'll start to upgrade. No, I've not seen a one-way road. I really would like it if you could. There's no one-way road here. Maybe you get it later, I don't know. .7. That's gone down. Our bank balance is going down, man. We're just losing money. We're not making money. This is not good. What do we need to do? Just ship more stuff, do you think? I don't know what that is, Pancake. I think it's because these guys are stuck waiting. Let's put some more on that line. I don't like the way our money's just going down, 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 down. Would 8 tons be more profits to do the food train? What do you mean 8 tons? We don't have any other vehicle we can buy. That's the only vehicle we have. Stig, thank you for 7. Black Falcon, thanks for 38. So, Black Falcon, we finished the main story arc in Red Dead Redemption 2, and we're now on the epilogue. So I thought Because people have been asking for Transport Fever 2 because it's not out yet, I thought, let's do Transport Fever 2 and then we'll carry on and finish Red Dead next week. You just gotta bust out till you get some more vehicles, I guess. I think we might have to go for the lucrative oil. Since we're gonna go bust anyway. We might as well go bust in style. Trains usually get you out of trouble, in my experience. Let's have a look how much they cost. So... we'll build it as a through run. For now. Just in case we want to do something later with the station. Although now we'll just do it as a terminal. So cargo terminal, single track, 120 meters will do us. And we'll turn on the contour. Seems pretty flat actually.
Happy anniversary.
So that's highlighting, which is fine. So we want that bar. Then we want a cargo station, but we want to go through here. We'll have this as 2-track. And then we're going to truck the rest of it, I think. So we'll leave a connector line through for later. We don't need it yet. Okay. Alrighty then, we've got a train line. So now I just want a depot. So we'll build a depot out here. In the first game, could you double head trains? I believe so, yeah. If I remember. It's a bit weird, wasn't it? Okay, so we'll double track that and then we'll put some one ways on it. Right. Train line. What's this town called again? Is it Shanghai? Train. Shanghai crude. I'm sure in Transport Fever 1 you could have black as the colour of a line, which you can't in this. There is music crossfits, but I've muted it, mate. And I did put some other music on, but people complained, so I've turned it all off. When did it happen, Pringle? Right, so we've got that coming in, and then these guys, we're going to have a truck set up. Yeah, the problem with music, Danny, is that everybody has different taste. So whatever music you put on, some people will be like, oh, this is good. And some people will say, I hate this. Ken Barlow, 33 months. Enjoying the content. Thank you. JTB, thank you for 60 months. 5 years, new Acorn. Welcome back, TR. Svardmaster, thank you for 39. Barima, welcome back. I don't see BCSs. I don't know when it happened. Now, the solution is, Poil, you guys play music at home. That's the solution. And that way, you get to pick what music you like. Right, we want another one over here. This is going to refine it into fuel. Happened at 13:34. Blimey. Oh, thank you for 76 months, BCS. Sorry I missed it. I think a lot was happening. Thank you, Pringle. Cargo. So if we put one in like that and one in like that, in theory what should happen is... Yeah, this might work. Okay. New line. Shanghai crude. Actually, this isn't crude oil, is it? Shanghai oil. It gets turned from oil, crude oil to oil here. Like that. See, there's no black colour? It's a bit annoying. You told Cindy that also? Yeah. I'm sorry, Cindy. Lots going on. And then we go... Shanghai. And this is going to be fuel. So they take the oil, turn it to fuel. These trucks pick it up from here. And now, hang on a sec. We need to look at who wants this oil. Right, so it's basically industry back here. So we're going to need to put down another truck stop. So we need something back here. But you can see the coverage area. It's pretty big. We'll put it here. But what we'll do is we'll build another road. We'll connect that road. So that the trucks can drop and then loop. Oh wow, looks like they're going to U-turn in the road anyway, so yeah. Right, so if we look at what's going on here... Okay, I don't understand that. So they're using the one-way system to come in that way, but they're not using the one-way system to come in this way. Why? Why? That doesn't make much sense to me. Surely if they can go along and cut across to here, then they can come along here. It must be because that route is longer than that route or something. God, that doesn't make any sense. We shouldn't really have to use a waypoint though, should we? Where did I see that waypoint thing?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
$2,000 for a waypoint. You actually having a giraffe. Didn't make any difference. $2,000 down the toilet. Looney Lime, thank you for 47. TK well spent, yeah. I don't get that. To me, that should work fine. Anyway, it doesn't. Let's move on. Let's build a road depot. What if you make it an exit instead? Well, annoyingly, we'd have to get rid of it first. How do you actually turn that around? I don't think I like that though. Because what it would mean is the traffic comes in and then loops back and cuts in front of itself, which is a bit of a bad design. So yeah, let's not do that. We need to get this up and running, so what we'll do is we'll get the train built and start moving some oil. Buy vehicles, let's see what we got. Steam. Okay, we've got access to one locomotive, the Russian Class 5. Steam engine, 45 k's top speed, tractive effort of 26 kilonewtons. Okay, I guess we're having one of them. Cargo. We're going to want the tank car. And we're going to pay attention to this here. The track is mostly flat, but it will affect how quickly it accelerates. However, it's a long way, so we don't really want it to have not much. This can carry 7 units of oil, which is not a lot. So that goes to pour as soon as it has 5 on it. And that costs 1.2 million. I tried Costel. I tried that in a waypoint. It didn't work out. But I don't want to burn any more money trying different config. It's fine. It'll be okay. Beastly Greg, thank you for 65. SC, thanks for 45. So, yeah. $1 million train right there. And all it can carry is... What's that? 28 units. Eek. That will take 124 seconds to get to top speed on a flat surface. Yeah, 28 capacitor. I'm going to add 2 more. I don't care. Line has no stops. Did I not add any stops to that line? What a muppet. Right, you go from there to there. On free play. Tropical biome starting at 1850, medium difficulty, lots of islands. It's a challenge, and we've already got no money. We're gonna need a big loan in a minute. I just hope that thing pays. I really do. Okay, the good news is they've already got enough crude oil so that it won't leave empty. Might as well wait till it's on its way back. Holes in shoes, thank you for 36 months. Happy 3 years. Heck of a long road. You mean track? It's going quick because I'm on triple speed. Wow, look at all the fuel. Look how much fuel there is! Like crude oil, look at that! Oh my god, if we could afford another train. Anyway. Meanwhile, back over here. Let me slow this down a second. We need to get some fuel trucks going. Cargo, horse-drawn carriage, all types of cargo. How much is this going to cost us? Let's buy 10. Go. Out comes the army. Oil would... yeah, oil usually... Like, oil is black gold usually in this game. But we'll see. At the moment, our finances are crashing in a very negative... There's where we built the train. He's just doing this. That is really struggling. 35Ks it's doing. See, I should still reach its maximum on a flat surface. It's taking so long to get to top speed. Giddy, if we do that, our running costs will be horrendous. Why do you have your trains on one way? I have my signals on one way. Because that's just... Trains run more efficiently. At this stage in the game, what you could do is build a single track and have one train running up and down. And then when you want to add more trains, you just add a few passing loops. And then have more than one train running up and down. But you still need to have one-way signaling if you're going to add passing loops. Like, you can't ever have a situation where two trains are heading towards each other on the same track. You've got to separate them. Oh, they've arrived. The expectation is real. Shanghai West. Thought I'd set the wrong one. That's better. Right, that should have unloaded. That's now storing and consuming and producing. That should be now appearing here. Oh my god, the speed of this. This is really struggling to accelerate. Look at it. I need more than one train on this run. It's like the amount of fuel that's sat here, 237, and we can take 28 at a time. It's just insane. Right, so they're turning crude oil into oil. They're now moving that. And then that should get translated into fuel. We don't have enough money. No. Although I think the income is starting to rise slightly. It did actually go up here where we got paid for the train, for the oil. Okay, buy vehicles. We're going to need, I don't know, I'll probably do half a dozen of these. There we go, the fuel's starting to get made. Now what's good about this is these queuing vehicles aren't going to stop these now because they're coming in a different way. So that's really good. So when we deliver fuel to this city, because it's one of its needs, it will actually start, it will help it to grow in the same way that bringing food here is helping it to grow. So that's good. It means the population of Shanghai is going to start to rise. Do you have to feed the horses? No. It's taken care of on your maintenance. We are seeing a rise in people using private transport, so people are trying to get around. So at some point soon we'll need to create a bus route around here and just move people around. At some point they'll want to start going somewhere else, but for now we'll just deal with that. So if we look at the finance of this train, like in the first year going there it made nothing, but then it brought in 392,000 on that one run. And its operating costs were 147, so it's making a profit. No, they don't need workers, Poyle. You're concerned with moving goods around. The only people that you move around are passengers, if you like. Between cities, usually. Or around cities. You don't need to bring them to work. It's funny, as you're driving along, you can watch this bar just tick up as its expense costs. You never watched TF1? Fair enough. Venrith, at 1850s, we've only got one kind of vehicle. We don't even have a choice right now. And we do now. We have the Russian class the Russic Russian Class T Type 1. It can do 55 Ks. There you go. Boom. Let's have a look at that. So 45 Ks with a tractive effort of 26. 55 with a tractive effort of 30. That's 84 grand. That's 36 grand. So it's more than double the initial cost and almost triple the running cost. For a very small amount of tractive effort. So that's more of a passenger train really, but we're not going to use that train. That is stupidly expensive for what it does. Let's keep an eye on this now, see what's going on. Pretty soon we're going to be throttled by the amount of crude oil we're bringing in. Yeah, when we've got more money, Tootsie, we can start experimenting, but not right now. Things are at a critical point, but we're just starting to turn a little profit. We're just about leveling out. So we've almost turned a corner. The problem is these guys here just sit here ticking away, running costs. We need a second train, but it costs $1 million. I'd have to get a bank loan to get a second train. How's the grain system running? 50% production. Yeah, so we're only transporting half of what it's producing, which is pretty bad. That's then throttling its production, so yeah, we need to move more goods on this line. The problem is, like, do we buy more vehicles or do we kind of wait for the next... You know, if there's a new truck comes along that doubles the capacity or something, we could just replace them all. But yeah, we're definitely limited. I started off with 5 million and 1850 on medium difficulty, but it varies by difficulty in year. I don't know. I don't know when the next road vehicle upgrade is. Does it tell you somewhere what's coming? I've not seen it. It would be good to know what's coming. But we're kind of in the right direction here to be able to buy another train shortly. And really get this going. I don't believe there are subway trains now. I don't know for sure. I've not got that far in the game. But knowing that the only underground stuff in TF1 was a tunnel, I kind of... There's nothing in the game that lets you look at different vertical layers, which is kind of what you would need to have an underground subway. I think. So my bet would be no. Tater Salad, thank you for the biddies. Come on, where's the crude oil train? Everybody's waiting on you, bro. Oh boy. We might just have to bite the bullet here and get a loan. We borrow $1 million. I reckon we can make it work. Oh, there's already planes. Yeah, there's definitely planes. Loan interest. We paid 36 grand in interest. I only just took the loan out. That's insane. Oh, actually, we've got a $6 million loan. Wow. Wait a minute. Why have I got Oh yeah, we start with 5. So literally we started with just a 5 million loan. We didn't actually start with any money. What a rip-off. We need to build our HQ at some point. Where should we put her? Could put it like here. In the middle of this oasis. Doesn't look very good at the moment, but you know. There we go. Company headquarters, look at that. It's like a shack out of Red Dead. Look, it even says Squirrel Transport. I think the headquarters is just a kind of... I know, yeah, I have to get a bath outside. It's just like a representation of how well you're doing. Well, you can move it. It's kind of fun, though. Right. So I'm hoping this production's going to go up soon. I reckon we can have about at least 4 trains on there. What is what building? This one? This is an oil refinery. It refines crude oil into oil. See you, Pancake? And this converts the oil into fuel. A lot of money for that. Jeez, I wish it'd stop popping up with like achievements every 5 seconds. You built something! Yay! You built something else! Yay! Right, we'll have Shanghai buses here. Vehicles. We need to get into passenger services. So we'll have like, I don't know, like 4 of these for now. Put them on Shanghai buses. Get people moving. Because the public transport levels are going up. Sorry, the private transport levels are going up, like. Too many people in cars. Now we'll start moving people with public transport. Yeah, we set it in the tropics, hence why we've got the Asian thing. First passenger waiting. And then it'll be first passenger transported. First passenger to eat a sandwich on your bus. Achievement unlocked. Now, I'm wondering what would be our... See, I wasn't joking. I wonder what will be our second city. The one that we'll end up linking to. It's unlikely to be this one because they want pretty refined goods. But then again, they're the same look. They want goods. And they want machines and tools. Blimey. That's tricky. That's very tricky at this stage. What do you want? So you want fuel and goods. For us to get fuel from here to there, though, that's a bit far. So in order for us to run like a profitable train line, we need to have lots of people. We need the cities to grow. To get the cities to grow, we need to supply them with stuff. I can't supply this with stuff very easily, like I am doing with it. Like, both requirements are now being met, so this city's starting to grow quite a bit. They're not happy about the emission levels, but, you know.
Welcome back.
It's tough, isn't it?
Natter.
Breaking Cyber, welcome back. Now, Pyongyang is interesting because it requires food and construction material, and they're a lot easier to make. I've just spotted a nice triangle here, look. This oil well, you can bring crude oil to here, refine it, bring it to here, and create squeaky plastic. The only question is, where do we take the plastic? Oh, here. See? If you take it to the goods factory with steel, they'll make goods out of it. So there is something there. But I'm more interested in this. If we can find stone, we can make construction material and bring it into here. There's a stone there, I think. Oh, that's coal. There's a stone. And there's a stone. So yeah, stone into here, or stone into here, construction material into here. Yeah, I mean, later on, yes, we could move plastics by boat. We're going to need a lot more money to make that kind of... This is what I'm saying, like, making end goods is difficult because you need multi-stage construction. You need multiple industries in the way.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
What's that? Iron ore. That's why I'm just looking around for the easy wins, you know.
Welcome back.
So this city requires food and construction material as well. So that's interesting because we have, if we make construction material here, we can ship it to that city and to that city. That's good because that's quite easy to do. One train line between these two, and not only can we send construction materials to both, but we can have a passenger run. So that's fairly lucrative. All that supplied by stone, which shouldn't be too hard. If we bring the stone in this way and then put it onto the line, we can reuse that line. So that's worth doing.